Boxing for Zambia, Omar Ливаза in the blue, representing Kyrgyzstan. This there, Katema, long angular kind of coat hanger build, if you like, with these long arms as well. He's an orthodox fighter. Ливаза is a southpaw. And both of them just trying to steal jabs to the body early on. He falls over that front foot there, Katema, as he throws that right hand. He can be quite clumsy and awkward at times, but equally at times that technique holds together, and when he gets it right, he is dangerous. Just a little dip of the knees and then goes for that right hand, and he does tend to go over the top of that front foot a bit. You see that back leg come round. Ливаза nicely balanced. Pulls his.
Банк жана Каспий KZ. Жаңы уникалдуу сервис. Эми мой О аркылуу Каспий KZ'ге телефон номер боюнча акча которсо болот. Көз ачып жумгуча комиссиясыз пайдалуу курс менен. Ошондой эле мой О аркылуу Каспий QR менен төлө. Оңой жана тез. Ал эми казакстандыктар Каспий KZ аркылуу QR менен Кыргызстандан төлөй алышат. Болгону мой О же Каспий KZ гана керек. Барына ыңгайлуу, үйдөгүдөй. Мой О, Кыргызстандын бардык операторларынын абоненттери үчүн.
Feet back as Katema tries to close the distance. Looking for the left hand into the body there, Ливаза. And there's that long right hand. What he can tend to do is crowd himself a bit, because he does have this long reach, the man in red, and he'll tend to chase that right hand in a bit when he really doesn't need to. But Ливаза again there sees that one coming from a way out. Low lead hand himself. Looks to counter with the left hand to the body midway through the first round. Short with the jab there, Ливаза. And then just steps in again behind the 1-2 there, Katema, but didn't really have room for it. This still up for grabs, heading into the final minute. Left to the body from Ливаза. And the head's almost rubbing together on the inside. It's been untidy, this, in the opening round. Just creeping in again there, Katema, and that's kind of his problem, because from that position that he was in there, there's no real reason for him to pitch his weight forward the way that he does. And it blunts that right hand as a weapon, rather, into the final few seconds. Looking for the right hand counter there, Katema, but again, didn't really land it. Not much clean has been landed by either fighter, to be honest. He's picked a few body shots every now and again, Ливаза. And there goes the bell.
He did his own work a lot by just crowding his own distance. So what can he do in the second round to try and make use of that everlasting reach that he possesses in the light welterweight division? I think by the fact that he did smother and crowd out his own work, I'm not sure he's done enough to take the first round in a round where neither man landed an abundance of scoring punches.
No, that's true, and the card's just flashed up, and it's a 4-1 split in favour of Ливаза. I think the work he did to the body is won him the round, essentially, because I think he's found it a little bit difficult to get a read on Katema. He's one of these fighters who there isn't really that kind of beat or rhythm to his work that you can pick up and become attuned to. He's just creeping in there, and the balance there is absolutely fine. It's when he starts to punch that the weight just comes forward. If they can find a way to anchor that back foot to the floor somehow, then he would be a lot more effective. And Ливаза just catches a right hand to the chest there, though, as he's just backed up to the ropes here. That's a good jab from Katema, and then throws a right-hander with a bit more balance, and that landed. And Ливаза with a left hand as he comes off the ropes. I think he's feeling confident here, Ливаза, that if he hangs on that back foot and gives himself a little bit of room like he did there, although he didn't counter that time, that he can pick those shots, that he can wait for Katema to commit himself, and then he can find him to the body and find him enough times to win the round like he did in that first. So maybe he does feel like he's got a little bit of a read on him, because the one consistent thing that he does do, Katema, is you know that eventually he will do that. He threw that right hand, and as Ron was saying, that back foot comes round and the weight comes forward. Yet to really catch fire, this one. It's never really got going. It's been kind of... It's been a bit rinse and repeat in that sense. A bit like a set piece over and over again. They get broken, they stand in front of each other. Ливаза will generally wait for Katema, and then as he comes in, he'll try and find enough room for a counter, and if it doesn't happen, he did it there, nice left hand into the body, then they'll end up in a bit of a tangle, then they'll break and go again. And I think in his second round, like the first, it's that left hand that he's managed to pick mainly to the body, Ливаза, that is going to give him the edge here. And if that's the way you manage to plot your way to a win, then that's the way you do it. It doesn't have to be glamorous, it doesn't have to be all flashing fists and knockouts. It's a results business. Right hand to the chest there from Katema. And maybe the head's just rubbing together a bit on the inside. Fair to say it's not really cool.
But I think it's going to be this man who's taken the round once again, because Ливаза, in a round where point-scoring punches are at a premium, he's landing more of them. Pecking, poking singles to the body. Katema not really found his distance yet. And if he could somehow make sure that that shot is landing at the end of his reach, or even if he can just try and punch through the target and get it somewhere close to that, well, I think he would be a lot more effective. He lost the first round 4-1, he's lost the second unanimously, and the easiest way to do it is to get his man out of there inside the distance, but he hasn't yet demonstrated a consistent judgment of distance or timing through the 6 completed minutes so far.
No, that's absolutely right, and I think he does need a stoppage. He's capable of getting one, we've seen it a couple of times, but that's what he needs now. He's going to have to go after it in this third round. And Ливаза, for a 21-year-old on this kind of stage, has shown a lot of composure. We shouldn't be too surprised. He's an Asian under-22 gold medalist, and that is quite some accolade, but he's got good feet as he just wheels away and ghosts off down the ropes there. And Katema, that look of effort on his face, just tries to torpedo in that right hand. But you're right when you talk about the judgment of distance, and I think given the way that he fights, that's probably going to be a quite difficult thing for him to do, because he doesn't really throw with any great consistency, does he, in terms of where he lets his hands go from. So the chances of him being either a bit too far out or a bit too close in are pretty good, and that's why they need to try and nail that back foot to the canvas, don't they, so that he's got some kind of appreciation of his starting point, I suppose, more than anything else. As we head into the second minute of round 3, and Ливаза will know that he's got this under control here, and he'll know, given the opponent that he's up against, what he needs to do here is not walk onto anything and just keep doing what he's been doing. And he could well get through this semi-final, I wouldn't say without expending any effort, but physically, because it's been quite stop-start, it's not been all that taxing. It's been a bit awkward, but I wouldn't say it's a fight that would take loads out of you. Everyone gets a day off tomorrow, so you know, gas tank shouldn't really be a problem at the end of the week. But having said that, if you can get through a semi-final without too much exertion or damage, then that is a very good thing. They're both claiming punches landed there, and they both have landed a couple in the last 10 or 20 seconds. Right hands to the body for Katema, left hands to the body for Ливаза, and Katema getting close enough there just to bang away a little bit with that right hand. But he needs more than that. He's got that 2-point deficit with 4 of the judges to try and turn around. And that's going to take something significant. Just dips in with that lead left hand there, Katema. Right hand is down by his, almost by his knee. His arms are that long. Was cocked and ready to go there, but in the end he decided not to throw it. Well, that's much better from him. The double right hand to the chest followed by the left. But it's a little bit too little too late here. Final few seconds of round 3. And we talked a lot about what Katema could do better, but that's a very mature display from Ливаза, isn't it?
Absolutely. Used the space of the ring very effectively. Picked his spots when they were available, scored with pecking, poking singles, principally to the body of Katema. Very composed display, didn't really have to take too much. Always had the latent threat of this man's long reach and explosive punching power, but he didn't really find the distance with any consistency. Had a couple of successful clusters at the end that did Katema, but I don't think there can be any doubt it's the man in blue who will be going through. And a very composed display indeed against a dangerous opponent. Katema showed flashes of what he wanted to do in the closing stages of the third.
By a unanimous decision and heading into the finals. In the blue corner, representing Kyrgyzstan, Omar Ливаза.
And he gets it by unanimous decision. In that final round, actually, it was split score.